Okay, so that's the first one. I have somebody already here. Okay, we're just giving a few more seconds so people can watch us. Hey, this really brights my baldness. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, okay, yeah. Now I can see. Oh, I'm moving. Okay, here we go. We just have a few people watching. That's fine, guys. Good evening. Claudio Texera here from UFLY Simulator. We put the phone in a new angle. Let's see if this is gonna be better for you guys to see it. We're still struggling to get the live stream through the computer. We can only use the phone, and the phone has such a difficult position to show us. So I have Captain Abigail here, and I'm gonna hide it so you can see her.
Hello, hi.
There she is. And Abigail is from Youth Taking Flight, a program for students here in Canada. So she's going to be flying with me today from Vancouver, from Edmonton to Vancouver. And we do have a private jet today. Imagine, huh? A private 777, $300 million private plane.
Wow.
Wow, that's somebody that I could call buddy. So, is this camera on, Ryan? Oh, really? Okay. So we're using the other phone, right? All right, guys. Welcome to Flight Simulator. Claudio Texera here. Friday evening, and winter is still here in Canada. It's not too bad, but it is cold. Now we're gonna be doing a flight, and Abigail is gonna be my captain, flying, and I'm gonna be just watching her flying the plane. Let's see if she can handle the big guy. That's a big guy, all right. So first thing we're gonna do, Captain, is the walk around. Now the walk around is where the pilots will check for the fuselage, the main landing gear, the brake pads, the engines, the wings. He's looking for any physical damage or any wear and tear, like oil leak, like a flat tire. How's the brakes? So, or any other physical damage, okay? So once he finishes all that, and that's a plane being loaded in, he is going to come inside the plane. But I just wanted to point it out, this little exhaust pipe that we have behind the plane's tail. That is the APU. APU stands for Auxiliary Power Unit, and you can see the APU switch is right here, and it is on. And if you go back here to the center screen, you can see the APU is running. Okay, so once we finish the walk around, I'm just gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna go back inside. Okay, now once inside, we have a few things to do. Okay, number one thing we're gonna do is make sure that we are clear for a flight. So I would be contacting the ATC, checking the mic, checking the radio.
Okay.
Then I also will be asking for clearance for our flight plan. Okay, so our flight. So the flight plan that we have here, they also have over there. They will say what's gonna go be a call sign today.
Just you fly. You'll say you fly 201.
Today is gonna be Claudio's private jet. I wish, I wish.
So Charlie Tango 2.
Okay, Charlie, Charlie Tango 2. Okay, okay,
Okay.
Claudio Texera. I know it's important. Anyways, we will ask for clearance on the flight plan. They will say your flight is clear as file. So that means we're clear for doing our flight. We have no problem there, destination, or any problem on the route for us to go. Once that is done, okay, so we're going to be talking to the ground crew when we're ready for the pushback. Okay, we're going to request pushback, and we're going to request clearance for takeoff. Right now, our flight is clear for the flight, but we're still not clear for pushback. So let's talk about our flight itself. Okay, so here's the flight plan that we printed out. It's a lot of information. You look
Okay.
at these, lots of number. So our flight is flying from CYEG, which is Edmonton, to Vancouver, CYVR. So the ICO code airport has four letters. Passengers usually have three on your bag tag. Okay,
Yes.
so pilots will use one more. For Canadians, the airport starts with C. Okay, we're gonna fly today a beautiful 777-200 LR. Our flight time on the air is about 1 hour 17 minutes, and the block time is 1:45. That means gate to gate. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're gonna be climbing at 34,000 feet, and our cruise altitude will be 34,000 or flight level 340. Now we are using today here the empty fuel weight on the plane. It's 156,000 kilos. The estimated zero fuel weight 179, 194, and that brings to the plane total of 205,000 kilos. And this is all the information that we put already. So part of the flight plan was giving us the fuel, which have a total of 26,000 kilos of fuel. Of fuel. Those 26,000, 8.9 is reserve. That
Okay.
means emergency only. We don't use it. We're not counting on this. This is just put it aside. Something happens, we use it. Okay. A cost index 50%. Minimum temperature is going to be 47 degrees below.
Wow.
Okay. And our center of gravity is about 23%. So this is all information that we have to program every time. If I go through the thrust limit, it shows that we have outside 10 degrees, but we actually told the computer that's 45. That means we don't use as much power on the engines.
Okay.
For the takeoff, the flight plan suggests for us to use flaps 5. Usually the 777 takes off on flaps 5 unless it's really hot day and the plane is really loaded. Then it'll go 15. V speeds. Did you ever heard about V speeds?
No.
Okay. Velocities.
Okay.
V1 stands for decision speed, point of no return.
Decision speed?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything goes wrong, abort. Okay. VR, that's the rotation speed, and V2, that's in case of engine failure. We don't go over that speed. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is already being programmed. Okay. Going back here to our flight plan. I don't know if you guys can see here a little bit on the map. Okay. I can show you here the map as well. And that is our approach to Vancouver. That's where we're coming from. We're going to fly over north of Vancouver, come around, and land on runway 08. Okay. So each waypoint is like a street in the sky. You go to that street, to that street, to that street. It's the same principle. Okay. So Gabriel did this flight plan today nicely, and he pinpoint all the waypoints for us. So we can see these. Now I can give this back to him because he's really anxious to use that. Okay. It is, Gabriel. Now, also part of the flight plan is to prepare those waypoints here on the route. So if I go here and I change here for the map, good. Of course, gotta go nav. Right there. Okay. Now I can start to see our plane where it is right now. We're gonna take off. Somehow we're gonna make some left and right, crazily here. Don't worry about this, just because of tight turn. We're actually gonna be a nice turn here and go around. So I go back on the next waypoint and it keeps showing me each way of the route. And this is exactly what I show in the map. See? That's the runway. That's where we're going,
Yep.
coming back. Okay? So this is just a way of giving us the overall picture of what we're going to be doing. So our first waypoint is Gabat. And Gabat, we're going to be at 11,000 feet. We go here, 11,000 feet. Okay? So we are taking off on runway 02. Do you know why the runways are called that number? You think they number the runways on the airports like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes.
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
That's all right. Any answer is good. No. The runways are numbered according to the direction they are facing on the magnetic compass. So the magnetic compass is 360 degrees,
Yes.
correct? Each direction has a number. So runway 02, you add a zero after. What heading are you going? 020. That's what you put here. Okay? So that's why the runways are numbered that way. So when the tower tells us you're going to land on runway 08, our final heading has to be 08.
080.
You got it. Runway 15, 15.
0.
If you go into a different heading, you're going to the wrong runway. See?
Okay.
Now you know. So two runways parallel. Left is left, right is right. Same as you see it. Three runways parallel. Uh-oh. Left, center, and right.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay? So we're good on that. So we're going to follow all that. We're going to climb all the way to flight level 340. It's like they cut the zeros. It's 34,000 feet. They cut two zeros, and you just mention flight level 340. Okay?
Okay.
So 34,000 feet. Pretty high, but pretty good. All right, Captain? So once that is done, we're going to start. Once that is all prepared, we have all the fuel, everything is ready. We're going to start with some of our checks. Okay? I'm going to check my oxygen bottle, and you're going to check yours right over there as well. Perfect. Now we're going to check a fire drill. Press this button here. Press and hold. Don't be afraid. It doesn't bite. There you go. One. Keep holding. And look it down here. Okay. And 7 messages. So
Okay.
2 engines, 2 bottles of CO2 in each engine. In case of a fire, we can put the fire down. And another 2 bottles here for the APU. Okay.
Okay.
So special training for this. We hope we don't use it, but the pilots do training on simulators, emergency engine fire as well, and how to deal with that. Okay. Number one thing is keep your cool. The plane will not explode like that. So keep your cool. Follow the protocols. Follow the instructions. Don't do anything in rush. Okay. That's number 3, Captain. LED lights. Pull back here and hold. Now I want you to look right over there. Okay. You're going to check for all the LED lights. Everything must be on. Keep going. Don't rush it. If any of the important light is not on, this is the time we have to call the mechanics. Keep looking, Captain. Keep looking. Keep looking. All around. All around. Here we go. Look at back here as well. So the third radio in our case is off. Keep looking. We are good. You can let it go. Perfect. Now we go for a checklist. Pre-flight checklist. Inspection outside. Done. Check. Oxygen mask.
Check.
Check. FMC. Flight management computer. We already talked about this. Is our program, correct?
Yes.
Complete. Briefing. Pilot flying. PF. Pilot monitoring. PM. The rest of the briefing, because you are not a pilot, I'm going to do it for you on the runway.
Okay.
It's a lot of information. I'll do there. But usually the pilots will do here, okay? Altimeters. Very important. We're going to get the atmosphere barometer pressure. Right now it's 2990. 2990. 2990. That put us at 2,380 feet above sea level. Okay? And mine is different, So I'm going to correct that as well. We're going to climb initially to 11,000.
11,000.
You got it. Okay. Parking brake. We have the parking brake off. Shock blocks are holding the tires. Fuel control switch. Both cut off. Engines are not working. We're getting power from the APU.
Okay.
And what we'll be doing now is just wait for the doors to be closed. Okay? So our VIP guest is just arrived. He's already inside with the family. You know, also the champagne is being loaded in. And after we take off, I'd be invited to come over and have a dinner with them. I wish. But anyways, so we actually in a simulator, we don't have any passengers, but we can do simulate that as well. Okay. So in that case, we're just gonna go here, and I'm gonna be on the radio. See, Charlie Charlie Tango 2, ready for pushback. So mic checked. We are ready for pushback.
Set parking brake.
Pull up the parking brake. Parking brake is set. So they're now removing the shocks, connectors to the tug.
Inserted. Please release brakes.
Release the brakes, forward down. Forward down.
Please release brakes.
Brakes are released.
Pushing back.
Okay, Captain, you're gonna put here Pico Nav logo lights on, please. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kidding. Seatbelt signs on. Go for it. Okay, fuel pumps on. 1, 2.
All engines cleared for startup.
Engine startup, thank you. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Also, left engine on for the hydraulics. Left electric auto. Right engine on. Right electric auto. And C1, C2, auto. Perfect. So he cleared to start the engines, right? So all the doors are closed. We're good. I'm going to change it. Your screen and my screen as well, so everybody can see it for the engine. So you're going to start with the right engine, which is right here. Click to start. Good. N2, which is the inside fan, will start to rotate. Then we see N1.
Set parking brake.
Set the parking brake. Pull up. Parking brake set.
Okay, towing system is removed. Please wait for my hand signal on your left-hand side. Have a good flight.
Bye-bye. Ciao. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Adios. Any language, Captain. All right. We have the oil pressure over 8. Come here to the fuel flow valve. Lift and flicker up. Go for it. Lift and up. Lift and up. You got it. Perfect. Now we wait for the fuel flow. And you folks on the phone can see right here. I hope you can. Good. Fuel flow is going inside the chamber. Now we wait a little bit and we just make sure that the EGT, exhaust gas temperature, does not go over the red line. Excellent. Right engine is going well. Let's start the left engine right here, Captain. Okay. Excellent. Now you look it down here on N2, which I can see here as well. Then we go back to the center, N1. It's rotating, giving pressure. Now look at here to the oil pressure. Once it gets to 8, come here to the fuel flow valve, lift and flicker up. You got it. Now we wait once again for the fuel flow, which takes about 10 seconds to go inside the chamber. Okay, once it does, we go back to the EGT and we make sure the temperature is right under limits. Now, see the right engine? Our stabilized. Left engine is going well. I'm going to change my screen and your screen for the flight controls. And my captain, we're going to make sure that the flight controls are working while we're still on the ground. Okay, so hands on the controls. Nice and easy. Make a right turn. Turn right. Other right. All the way. Don't be afraid. Ailerons. Good.
Yep.
Center. Left turn. All the way. Nice and easy. Perfect. Now push forward. All the way. Elevators are working. Pull back. Good. Excellent. Now, with your feet on the pedals, let me see both of your feet. Perfect. Now, push your right foot just a hill. Rudder.
Okay.
Left foot. That's for the tail. Like that. Excellent. Very good. All the flight controls are working, right?
Yes.
Go back for the list. All right. We are into after start checklist. Engines anti-ice. Auto, auto, auto. Go for it.
Wings.
Auto brakes to RTO. That stands for reject takeoff. And I want you to put back here, click here, index. Takeoff page. What flaps we have?
5.
5. Let's put flaps 5. And recalls. Do we have any recalls? Yes, we do.
Yes.
So, auto throttle, arm down. Go for it.
Both.
Yes. Down. Flight director down. Both. Now, auto throttle arm up. Both. Flight director on as well. Good. And I'm going to turn here the TCAS. Traffic Collision Avoidance System. This little guy here, one of the most important switch in the plane, because that's how we can see other planes and other planes can see us. All right?
Amazing.
Good. Look at that guy. So we are now ready for starting taxiing. Okay. At this time, we will talk to the tower and we will request for clearance for taxiing the plane. They will give us the clearance and we'll be going ahead. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna be taxiing the plane. Now, Captain, any idea how we steer the plane on the ground? How we drive the plane?
We use throttle, I think.
To go forward, but how we
Throttle.
turn left and right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay, no problem. So small planes is different than bigger planes. The small planes, the pilot will use the rudder on the tail.
Oh, okay.
Bigger planes, they use the tiller.
Tiller.
So the tiller steers the nose wheel.
Okay.
Now, left is left,
Right is right.
right is right. Make sense?
Yes.
The key though is when you crank it, hold it, wait. Claudio, I need a little bit more. Go a little bit more. Hold it and wait. If you let it go, goes back to center.
Okay.
Okay. So we have final load sheet received it. Flight deck door locked it. We're gonna lock the door right here behind us. Right here.
Okay.
To auto. Go for it. Good. All right, Captain. So tower will be clearing us to go to a specific taxiway and to the runway. So Charlie Tango 2 requesting clearance for taxiing.
Charlie Tango 2, this is ground at Edmonton here. You are currently, you're clear to taxi to runway 02 via Bravo. So I believe that is behind you because you are pointed towards the south, so it'll be on your northeast.
Yes. So we're gonna make a right turn that way. Okay. So before we go, taxi lights on. Charlie Tango 2, clear to runway 02 via Bravo. Charlie 2, Tango 2, heavy. That means we're big guys.
Okay.
Bigger plane. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Captain. Before we go, clear on the right. It's clear on the right.
Clear on the left.
You got it. This is $300 million plane.
Got you.
Before we move, we make sure nothing happened. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So release the parking brake, Captain. Forward down. Left hand on the tiller. We're gonna make a small portion of power on the throttles. So we start moving, and you're gonna turn right all the way. Go for it. Turn right, more, 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 all the way. Keep going, all the way, all the way. Hold it right there. Perfect, perfect. There you go. That's a runway right there. We gotta go to the back. Nice. Here it is. See? Keep going this way here. Right there. That's the runway. We gotta go all the way to the end. Nice, Captain. Now we're gonna follow this yellow line here. A little bit to the right, Captain. Perfect. Excellent, Captain. Excellent. So go right a little bit more, and we're gonna put it. So I don't know if you guys can see the yellow line over here. That's where we're going. Okay. Can you see me? I'm here. All right. Go straight, Captain. You're doing good. So let me ask you this. Can you tell me, go left a little, left. See the center line?
Yes.
Put the yellow line right here. Good. So let me ask you this, Captain. What is the ground speed right now? Can you tell me? Look into the screens here. Can you tell me what's the ground speed? Bottom left.
Oh, 19.
Okay, go right here. Stay in the center line. 19 knots, okay? We don't want to go over 30. If you go over 30, my captain, it's $10,000 fine for you.
Okay.
And for you alone. I'm out of that.
We don't want that.
No, we don't. So hands on the yoke, on the tiller, sorry. Keep going straight. Just for fun, I'm going to apply some more power. Let's go faster.
Okay.
It's your money. Good, good. So 15 is good. So let's go for before takeoff checklist, okay? Flaps are 5 and green. Auto brake to RTO. We have checked the flight controls. We set the trim and alert the crew. Go left a little bit, Captain. Okay, so before takeoff checklist is complete. Yeah, it's a long runway. We gotta go all the way to the end. This is good. Guys, we're here in Edmonton, in Canada, taking off from Edmonton to Vancouver. And I hope you guys enjoy, I hope you guys can enjoy the new view. We changed the phone, see if you guys can see a little better the controls. If you guys don't like it, let us know. Next week, we go back to the back. So now the downsides of these, Ryan,
Yeah.
is you cannot see the messages, right?
No, I have the messages.
You have it?
Yep.
What are they saying?
Just the usual right now. People are joining in, wondering if this is a simulator or a real plane. We have some people that are excited, that are saying it's cool, that are excited to see the flight. And let's give a shout out to the student and youth taking flight. As usual, Michelle's bringing aspiring young pilots and students here. Usually every other week on Friday evenings for us. And today we have Abigail, correct?
Yeah.
We have Abigail today flying in the captain's seat. Then, of course, the boss man, Mr. Claudio, on the right-hand seat, which you guys can see there. And I know for people on TikTok, you know, it's not the best view because you either get to see the backside of them and what's in front of the plane, or you get to see the controls. So today we're giving you guys a different view where you can see the controls, but obviously you're missing out a little bit up front. And for those of you on the stream that are on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, what else? Facebook. We've been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to give you guys a lot more views. So you have that new view you're seeing now, where you're actually seeing the taxi chart with the live airplane, and then the view on the phone. We have the back cockpit view there. We have an overhead view for the throttle quadrant. We have an outside view for if we're going and seeing some good scenery, and then back to this view here without the iPad. So we're gonna keep the iPad there, and then once they're about to take off, we'll get rid of the iPad screen, and you guys can see the takeoff.
They can see the upper iPad.
Yeah, we have that as well.
Okay, that's cool. So that's our plane right there. See?
Yep. So you guys can see they're approaching the runway threshold now, and they're going to make a left turn on a runway 20 very soon. So I'm going to get rid of the iPad now for you guys so you can see a full view of the takeoff. There you go. There's the wide screen.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet. It's a big plane.
Yes.
So
Okay.
many people are saying the
Turn
back
left.
is better.
Turn left. Maybe we can make these arrangements with the phone live. Can we go left? Go left. Go left. There you go. Ryan?
Yeah.
After we take off, maybe we can put the camera back on
Yeah,
the
I can move
tripod.
it back.
Yeah, and they just wait. It will be a little motion. So we're going to stop it right here. UFLY 777 Heavy. That's good.
Approaching 20.
Okay, right there. Okay, so it's been a slightly change on the flight. Actually, we are on runway 20, which means heading 200. No, right there. We're good. 20. All right, Captain. We are now clear to line up on the runway. We're just waiting for the tower to clear us. When it does so, we're gonna go forward. So you fly, Charlie Tango 2, you clear to line up on runway 20, okay, via Bravo, which is right there. So we're gonna put the strobe lights on, taxi lights off, runway lights on, landing lights on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, back with your left hand on the tiller. Let's follow the yellow line right here. Good, right here. Perfect. Excellent. So just overshoot the center line a little bit.
On runway 20.
Okay. Gonna stop it here. Gonna put the parking brake. And we're gonna have to make some adjustments after, okay, guys? Yeah. Here's your primary flight display.
Yes.
Sky, the ground, your artificial horizon line. Wings, plane's nose. Airspeed, and your ground speed. We're going to climb to 11,000. We're going to fly straight, and then we're going to make a right turn. Okay? Not as yet.
Okay.
All right? Now, the V speeds that I talked to you about it, we're going to achieve on the throttles. So basically, you're going to line up the plane, which you already did. You're going to put your hand on the throttles. You're going to give about 40% of power.
Okay.
And then you're going to click this button here. On, off. This button here is called TOGA. Do you know what TOGA stands for?
No.
Take off, go around.
Take off, go around.
That's going to take the throttles automatically to the power we need, 91.6.
Okay.
And once you do that, you're going to let it take your hand. You're going to keep your hand on the throttles until we get to view 1. View 1 is your decision speed, point of no return. Anything happens to one of us or to the plane before view 1, abort. Disconnect the auto throttle, bring it to idle, use the reverse thrust, We'll stop the plane completely. I will contact the tower. We assess the situation to see what's the problem. Can we move the plane outside the runway or not? If we cannot move the plane outside the runway, we'll send a message to the flight attendants after it's safe for them, and they will know what to do. They are trained to remove 300 people plus in 90 seconds. And they better, because we can only go after them.
Yes.
I mean, I go first. You're the captain.
No, I go.
Yeah. You're the captain. You have to be the last one.
Okay.
All right? You make more money than I do. So you're going to stay for the last. But anyways, they are trained to remove everybody in 90 seconds. They are amazing. And the flight attendants train that all the time.
Okay.
Okay? So come to view one. Nothing happens. Amen to that. That means from that moment on, we are committed to fly. Right hand goes in the yoke. And you wait until we get to the second speed called rotation speed, VR. And that's when you pull back. Now, when you pull back, Captain, you're going to remember, we're not going to the moon. You don't need to pull back all the way. You're going to bring the plane's nose just above 10 degrees line. Actually, 15 degrees.
Okay.
Right between 10 and 20 in the middle, which should be 15.
Okay.
All right.
15 degrees.
Yes.
Okay.
So, now we are ready to take off, Captain. Everything is clear. We've been clear from the tower to take off.
Before we take off, we have a very young captain watching on TikTok who has requested a shout out. His name's Liam.
Hi,
Hey,
Liam.
Hi, Leon. How
4
are you?
years old captain.
Hi, Liam.
There you go. Shout out to Liam, guys.
Leon, hello. How are you? Watch with taking off. Which camera? Which camera? Which camera? I don't know. I'm
No, you were on the right one.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Hi, Leon. I don't like this one. Shows my baldness here. Okay, I'm gonna put a hat. All right, we're ready to go, Captain. You have control. I know the girls like to say that. Come on, give it to me.
Say what?
I.
I have control.
You got it. You got it. Release the parking brake. Forward down. Right hand over here. Give some power on the engines first.
Cabin crew, take your seats for takeoff.
Go for it. Don't be afraid. Go for it. Up, up. That's good right
There
there.
we go. Even Mez gave a shout out to Liam.
Right on, Mass. Mass is the best. Click toggle.
Both?
Good. Yes. Click it. Let it take your hand. Perfect. Keep your hand over there. Use your left foot a little. Here we go. Thrust ref. And speed alive. Right there.
Okay.
Next call will be 80 knots. Right foot just a little.
8 knots.
80 knots. Check. Cross check.
Yep.
Perfect.
V1.
Right hand on the yoke, Captain. Rotate. Here we go. Pull back. We're doing good. Excellent.
On the route.
Gear up. Good. Straighten it up. Excellent. All right. You fly. You fly. Charlie Charlie Tango 2. Maintain runway heading. Climbing to 11,000 feet. Request direct to Adi.
Charlie Tango 2, radar contact. You are cleared as filed on flight plan. Direct to
Andy.
your next ND.
Okay. So that is your magenta line. You're going to follow that, Captain. Okay. Push forward a little. Forward a little. 15 degrees. Take your time. And we're going to make a right turn. Right there. Perfect. And call flaps 1, please. Call it.
Flap 1.
Flaps 1. Set. Good. See, that's where we're going. Ending. Okay? It's 30 nautical miles away from us. Call flaps 1.
Flap 1.
Flaps 1. And flaps up.
Flaps up.
Flaps up, my captain. Good. We are now approaching 9,000 feet, going to 11,000. And Andy, we are Charlie Tango 2, request clearance for flight level 240.
Charlie Tango 2, you're clear for flight level 270.
So we're now climbing all the way to 20,004 feet,
Okay.
24,000 feet. Right there. Good. Perfect. You're going to just straight up the plane a little. Nice. Okay. And my good captain, after takeoff checklist. Okay. Landing lights off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Runway lights off. 1, 2. And turn the APU off to the left. Nice and easy. Perfect. I do. Right there. Here we go. Keep flying straight, my captain. Okay. Right there is perfect. So after takeoff checklist, captain, gear is up. Auto brake off position. Flaps are up. APU is off. Anti-ice light is auto. And outside lens lights as requested are off. After takeoff checklist is complete. And let me show you guys. Look at that. Beautiful plane. So just straighten it up the wings. Right there. You're doing good. So Edmonton is already behind us. Okay, so 18,000. We are now into transition. Press this button here to auto, standard.
This?
Yes. We no longer need to use the barometer pressure.
Okay.
We just put as standard, okay?
Okay.
We're coming to 20,000 feet, going to 24,000. You're doing good, Captain. How old are you?
17.
All right. Really?
Yes.
Okay. Just a few years younger than me. Just a few.
Just a few.
Okay.
Just a few. So go right a little bit. So I want you to follow that star, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the flight director, okay? So how are you going to do that? You're going to bring the nose down and you're going to match that little plane's nose into the first line. Right there. Good. And you're going to relax your arm. Very good. Now, we're going to push forward a little. And we're going to make a right turn. Nice. Look at that. You hear the beep?
Yes.
1,000 to go. Almost there. You're going to put the plane's nose right in the center of the cross. You're flying the flight director. See? Excellent. Nose down. Nose down.
My
Nose
phone's ringing.
down. Nose down. We're going to stay at 24,000. You see? Excellent. Right there. And just a little bit to the left. Excellent. So guys, we move the phone to the back. Better view? Let us know, okay? We tried. Nose down, Captain. Nose down. Look what happens here. Our tolerance is only 200 feet, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to lower the volume a little bit. Nice. Okay, so put the autopilot on. Right there, AP. There you go, hands up. Now sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Okay? And no message on the phone. I'm kidding.
I
You can
know.
go
I
ahead.
have a missed call.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna call from the phone from the simulator? I'm here. It's
No.
24,000 feet.
No.
Boy. Yes, I was gonna use the phone here.
Miss Michelle, can you talk to my dad? Okay. Oh,
Right
turn,
here.
turn off the Bluetooth on it. Just click it. Is it off? Okay. Thank you.
Good.
All right. We have a question from Kristen Johnson on YouTube
We follow.
asking, where are we headed tonight?
Vancouver. Do you know the nickname for Vancouver?
No,
The
actually.
Nickname for Vancouver.
What's the nickname?
You don't know?
No.
It's called Raincouver.
Ah,
Uh,
oh, man. It does rain there a lot.
okay.
It does. It's actually an average of 300 days a year.
Wow.
Wow. I know. That's why Raincouver. That's an old joke, okay? I'm not old. I'm just a little bit. But anyways, all right. So, plane is now flying autopilot. Everything is good. We are now flying to our next waypoint called NATP. And NATP is 126 nautical miles away from us. Okay?
Okay.
So, this TC, what do you think that TC is?
Not sure.
Top of climb.
Top of climb?
Yes. So now go back here to your computer, click on legs. And I'll do the same here. So you see magenta color, NATP?
Yep.
122 nautical miles away from it. What do you see after that? What's the altitude? Flight level?
Flight level is 340.
340.
Yes.
So 34,000 feet.
Yes.
So now, Edmonton Center, we are now Charlie Charlie Tango 2, requesting clearance to climb to flight level 340. So now they'll come back to us.
Yep.
Which,
Charlie Tango 02, you are clear for your requested flight.
okay. So now we just click it over here. And now the VNAV, which is programmed to fly 35,000 feet, would recognize the altitude and will start climbing.
Okay.
Okay? And what's the speed right now? Center left. 307.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And this is exactly what we have here, Mach 82.
Okay.
So now see, we start a climb. The plane is maintaining with the engines on power to keep our speed. We are now 25.7 going to 34,000. See, it's a short flight. Now the beauty of this is we are gonna fly over the Rockies, the Rocky Mountain. Okay, Edmonton is a clear valley, and right after that are the Rocky Mountains. You see, you can see a set of Rockies here,
Yep.
and we're gonna pass them. We might have to some nice scenery on the snow, and then we are going to BC.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I do want to give a huge shout out to people on TikTok. Something we've also been working on behind the scenes is a actual subscription service. So you guys may have heard that we're swapping over our videos to UFLY Simulator USA. However, we will still be streaming on the Canadian channel on TikTok. And the way for you guys to support us is a subscription. So if you guys take a look on TikTok, there's an actual subscription service. in which you guys will be supporting the stream directly to be able to provide this experience to students, as well as aspiring pilots and just the public for you guys. Because a lot of this production, costs quite a bit, and it takes a lot of work behind the scenes where you guys get to see all the content, but we're working very hard to edit and set up the scenario, the studio, all the camera angles and such. So if you guys want to support us, you can go ahead and subscribe to our TikTok, and then same on Twitch and same on YouTube as well. It would help us out a ton and be able to continue to provide this experience for everyone. And we have a huge giveaway coming up for all the subscribers on TikTok as well, which we will reveal soon. But stay tuned for any aspiring pilots and viewers that are interested in flying the simulator. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah, and Abigail, you can. This camera is not working today, so we have that camera working over there. Okay, you can say a little bit about you. So you're 17 years old, and you are with Youth Taking Flight. How long have you enjoyed them?
It's been a couple months now, since October of last year.
Okay,
Yes.
and look at that. We're just coming to the clouds. Cool. And would you wanted to be a pilot?
I did since I was, I think, 7 years old.
Right on, right
Yeah.
on. Good. Captain Abigail, yeah. Right on, guys. So we like to help young people to be an aspiring pilot. Of course, 777 is a top of the line career when you are a little further down up on your career. So you're not going to start flying right away. But this is just a simulator, guys. And of course, as a simulator, much easier for you to have an access. We are not certified simulator. That means our cost is much lower than an actually certified simulator.
Okay.
However, this simulator here is very realistic. And this simulator is the one that was used on CNN when Malaysian Airlines disappeared almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
It's coming up next month, next March, 10 years already
Yeah.
that Malaysian Airlines disappeared. And actually CNN was here through the whole month of March and part of April trying to figure out what happened to that flight. So they were here in this very same facility.
Wow.
So that's how
Wow.
realistic our simulator is. So look at the Rockies. Beautiful, huh? And I see a river. Can you tell me what's the river? Rolling, rolling in the river. And anybody tell me what river is that? I have no idea.
Probably a lake.
No, it's a river.
No. Oh. Oh. Yeah.
It's a river, isn't it? Let's go outside. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, it's the whole river. Look at that. It goes and goes and goes. Now, let me show something cool. Look at those two handsome pilots. Hi.
Okay.
That's us. Aha. It's so impressive to look the plane like that, huh? Look at that.
Yeah. Yes. So it's a huge part of the training. In ground school, you're going to learn a lot about communication, weather, geometrics of calculation. So that includes flight planning, fuel planning, whole bunch of math. Because if any of your systems fail, obviously this aircraft that we're in the simulator is very advanced, so the computer does a lot of the calculation. But if you're flying a smaller plane like a Cessna, a lot of those calculations still need to be done manually. Of course, we have something called electronic flight bags, which, your iPad or anything that does the calculation for you, but you need to be able to learn to do those in case of an emergency. So flight planning is something that the air traffic controllers will get when you submit your flight plan, so you're a registered flight. If you're not registered, then you're a rogue aircraft, which the military will then act on. So flight planning, communications, weather, aeronautics is all what you will learn when you're going through your private pilot license.
So, fuel load center.
Yeah.
That's a message. So, go here, go to the fuel, look at that. center tank, it's lower.
Yes.
And that's what it's telling us. So we're going to leave that 1.9 fuel in there. That means you're going to come here to the center pumps and you're going to turn it off. Go for it.
Both?
Both. There you go. Now you can see the line is being cut off. Okay? So there's no longer that. So now the engines are getting the fuel from the left tank and from the right tank. Okay? That's perfect. Message is gone. Back to my navigation. Back to your navigation. Now go here on this knob, Captain. Turn once to your right. Turn. Got it. What star you see over there?
A
NADP.
NADP, yeah.
55.2 nautical mile. So, how much is 1 nautical mile in kilometers? And that's something that you'll find out as well. 1.852 kilometers. Almost 2 for 1.
1.852.
Yes. So 55, almost 2 for 1, with just about 95 kilometers away from the start. Now
Okay.
look at here. This is beautiful. Look at the Rockies. Guys, Canada is a beautiful country. It's cold in the winter. There's no place perfect. But look at the view. So, Ryan, do you have the outside camera? All right. All right. See, we have a camera outside, and he's showing all that. Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
You like skiing?
I don't ski actually.
Yeah, me and you both. All right. Yeah. Done that, been there, check mark. No more. Actually, the other day, I had the car parked in the back, and the way I left the car, they put salt, but they didn't put the salt between my car and the wall.
Wow.
It had ice.
Yeah.
I hit the ice, and I was trying to grab something, not to fall it. I didn't fall,
Okay.
but I was like trying to hold something, and that is scary because I'm 53.
Okay.
So falling down is not like when I was 20 anymore. And my heart was just right here in my mouth. Once okay, I didn't fall. I said, okay, now, penguin steps. Nice and easy. So I never park the car that way anymore. So that's the downside of Canada, of course, ice conditions. And that's why a lot of Canadian retirees, they are called the snowbirds, right? They all go to Florida. I don't blame them at all. But this is beautiful to see. This is one of the privileges the pilots have all the time when they're flying. Look at the view. So the passengers don't see as much. But the pilots, they can see all that view. And it's amazing. Good. The next waypoint, Captain, will be Merritt, which is another 173 nautical miles. From there on, it's out close to Vancouver already. Okay? So, we're doing all good?
Yes.
Excellent. Where's my my good friend Gabriel? Right there. Yes. I'm going to do something today
Okay.
that happens to the pilot.
All right.
Okay? I need to go to the washroom.
Oh.
All right. Excuse me. Everybody now knows. So, that's the downside of it. If I go and come back quick, you know what's number one. If I take a little longer, right? But pilots are human beings too. They need to go to the washroom.
For
So,
sure.
what is the protocol when a pilot must go in the washroom? Any idea?
There's a co-pilot.
Any of the pilots? Let's say just the two of us flying. Now, I need to go to the washroom. I'm going to say, Captain, I need to go to the washroom. And what you're going to say? When you got to go, right?
Yeah.
So, but now, what do you think is going to be the protocol? Can you be alone?
Yes.
No,
No.
not anymore.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And not anymore. So the airlines now have a protocol. Not a one person can be alone in the cockpit. So
Okay.
there'll be two ways. If it's a long haul flight, there'll be the third pilot or the release pilot.
Okay.
So there'll still be two people
Not
here.
release, relief.
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 Yeah. If there's no pilot, they call the flight attendant.
Yes.
So
Oh.
today, Gabriel is going to be the flight attendant. So there's a protocol for them to open the door
Mm-hmm.
while in flight. They protect the door. This is all after 9/11.
Okay.
Okay. One of the flight attendants will come in, will sit here,
Okay.
and I go to the washroom. And then the door is going to be locked again. So you're going to be with Gabriel. He's a very good guy, friend of mine for over 25 years. Okay. And he's going to be waiting until I go, do my business, and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I come back, no smiling, no laughing on me, no tricky questions. Everything okay? Do you feel lighter? No, none of that. All right. So, Gabriel's already in here. He's gonna come and join my seat, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, right on.
Good luck.
Pilots have to go too.
All right, a good old switcheroo.
I'm good. How are you, Gabriel?
Now,
He demoted you, huh?
now the problem is, do you know how to fly a plane?
Uh,
Because I don't. No. If it was a flight attendant, you would be able to fly the plane, for
I-
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So what are we here now? So now I have to look at because Claudio went out for a second, so I have to see what's going on here. It looks like we're approaching a waypoint and then another one, and then we're going to be descending. So T-D, you see here, is top at descent. That the computer is telling us when we reach at that point there, we're going to start descending. Okay?
Okay.
So how do I know how far to the top of descent? Well, there's a page here that we go.
So we have a fun tidbit from Mez, and he's a pilot that actually flies in an airline.
Oh, Mez. Hey, how you doing? Which with this camera?
Yeah.
Hello.
So he actually said that some airlines do allow one pilot in the flight deck. However, when pilots actually need to go, they don't specify that they're going to the bathroom. They just
Yeah.
say that they're going for a coffee break.
Yeah, like
You just look at
Claudia
your
did.
other pilot and you look him in the eyes and go, "I'm gonna go for a coffee. I'll be right back." Maybe it's a 5-minute coffee. Maybe it's a 10-minute coffee.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, so they do allow. Okay. Only
Well,
certain
it
airlines,
depends
right?
on SOP for the airlines. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Some SOP for airlines allow it, but again, I would assume it's based on ranking and you know what they allow and what they don't, because maybe some airlines prefer that you rather have the pilot in there and not have a flight attendant have access to the flight deck.
Right. Okay, so let's go back to this now. So to our next waypoint before our descent is 167 nautical miles. Okay, I'll just say the main numbers. But that's not what I want right now. I know we have to get to the waypoint. I want to know how long before our top of descent. So we go to a page here. Okay, it's the program page. And it says see the T-D?
Yep.
Okay? And it'll tell us 180 nautical miles left to go. Okay?
Okay.
So we got to keep an eye on that. When we get closer, we're going to go back to legs, which is our route.
Yep.
And we're going to find out what's the next this level, flight level. Okay? So at this waypoint where we're coming up to, it'll be 34. So we're still at the same altitude. It looks like, here, let me show you here. It looks like it's pretty close to our next waypoint to the descent. So around this area here, we're going to put a next descent. It's 23,100. Okay, flight level 23,100. We're gonna do that before we get there. The reason for that is when we get close to it and right over the TD, top of descent, the autopilot will automatically start descending us. Okay?
Wow.
Now, but we got to keep in mind, before the autopilot descends us at that point, that's why we have to pay attention.
Yeah.
We have to call and ask for permission to descend
True.
because
Yeah.
we might not be able to descend at that time.
Yes.
So that becomes, then we have to change, okay, or not descend at all. So there's lots
Yes.
lots of stuff going.
Yeah.
Just because it's on autopilot doesn't mean we can sit back and let the plane go. No, there's lots of stuff going. Okay. Another thing is we can be in a different area, or approaching a different area, so the tower will tell us to change frequencies, so we can contact another center. Okay, that's another thing that we have to keep an eye. So our call sign is very, very. You got to pay attention because they might call you at any time, right?
Yes.
Kind of deal.
So as
So-
you pass through different zones, they'll actually call in. You're supposed to actually check in, and obviously that's all monitored. So if I actually pull up the charts
so
here
you got to
really quickly, that this chart is actually an approach plate for runway 08 right. But as we pass through each of these zones, you'll change controllers, and there's going to be center that you go through. So for example, let's say we're flying in the Toronto Center region, and we pass over to and we're flying over east. Let's say we're flying over Quebec, and we're going closer towards New York. So eventually we're going to switch away from Toronto Center to whatever region that we're flying into. So usually it's pretty simple. You would say, what's our call sign? So our call sign would be Charlie Charlie Tango
Tango.
02, and we would say with you at flight level 340, which is our altitude. And if we're actually changing our speed, then we would say our speed as well, if it's required. But for the most part, you would check in and say, hey, we're with you, and we're at this flight level. And then they would say, okay, have you on radar, and you continue forward.
Well, and then at the
Okay.
same time, I'm going to add, at the same time that we contacted this center
Mm-hmm.
controller, then down the road, he'll probably say, okay, contact someone. But you have to keep an eye on where we are all the time, according
Okay.
to the flight.
So
Right?
there's levels of air traffic, right? So
That's
center
true
is,
too, yeah.
controlling the aircraft that are flying in from sector to sector. Then they'll pass you down to tower. Then they'll pass you down to departure and arrivals. Then from there you go down to ground. Then from ground you have clearance. Then below clearance you have ATIS. And ATIS is actually an automated system that tells you your weather updates. So when
Wow.
you're flying into a new area, you want to listen into the ATIS to make sure you know that what the active runways are,
Yeah, that would
what the
be
weather
over-
conditions
over
are,
here.
and all of that is done by changing your frequency in the radio.
I
So
don't
each
ha-
sector has its own ATIS frequency.
I don't have a chart to show you, but on the chart, did you have a chart in here? Yeah. Well, maybe we do. A little one. Oh my God. So each chart has the frequencies. It's pretty small to see, but at somewhere here, we'll have an ATIS frequency. Where are you, ATIS? ATIS, right here. So in this
Okay.
case, it has 128.72. You would put it on here,
Okay.
and then it's a recording. You take the ATIS, and it'll tell you the information about that airport, and so on,
Okay.
and then it'll give you a letter, and then when you call the tower or the
You use that
controller,
letter?
you say I listen. You don't say you listen to ATIS. I have
It's not Asian,
Alpha.
so yeah. It
I have
goes all the way
Alpha
from
or
Alpha
Echo.
to Zulu.
Every is it every so many hours, right? Or
Yeah,
every
so it goes from Alpha to Zulu, and
Yeah.
they call it an information segment. So every segment will change. So for example, let's say you started your flight at 3 o'clock, but you're landing somewhere around 6 o'clock. So you'll go anywhere from, let's say you started on B, and you go to D. So they'll say that the current information is Delta, right? Because it's changed from Bravo. So you'll say that, hey, we have information Delta, and
Delta.
that way they know that you're current, right?
Okay.
There's a little better one. They're right at the top here. That's one of the first things they put on right at the top after
Okay.
all that. Yeah. You guys can catch that? And it gets all kinds. So you go through all this as
So Gabriel, if you want to pull that up to the phone camera on your right-hand side, give it a
Wow.
oh, okay. How's that?
a little closer. Bring it in closer.
Can
There
you,
we go.
Can you see it?
Yep, now they can see it.
This is not the chart, by the way. Okay.
That's
You can bring up the chart for this airport, Ryan. It's on the
Yep.
iPad here. I was just showing how this works.
Mhm.
You should get familiar with all these charts.
Okay.
You don't really need them right away because you're still on beginning, but get familiar with them because down the road, if you're familiar with them, you have an idea what they're talking about already,
Okay.
right? You know, it helps. It really helps.
Right.
So
You can find a bunch of good videos on YouTube on how to read approach plates and charts.
oh yeah,
And another
nowadays,
really important one is called METAR, which is a report you look at before your flight as well. So METAR reports give you similar what to ATIS, but it's in written form. So you gotta see how to parse and read that data from the METAR. So yeah, if you're really interested in fully going the full length of becoming a pilot, those are things to get yourself introduced to before you actually go into your private pilot license, because it'll put you ahead of the game and
oh yeah,
put less
they'll help
stress
you
on you.
quite a bit. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So, any questions? No.
No.
So other than that, we're just monitoring it, make sure we don't, we don't go past the point there. More to because we got to make sure the plane does descent. If it doesn't descent, well, then we have the other stuff that we can do to make it descend, right?
Yes.
Because computers are computers, they can malfunction.
For
No.
those of you on TikTok that keep asking whether this is real or not and whether we're trying to trick people, we're not trying to trick people, guys. It's in the name. It's UFLY Simulator. This is a static flight simulator in Mississauga, Ontario, and it's provided to the public because we're not the airlines, and we're able to provide this experience to students and general public. So if you guys wanted to come in and take a flight, you can. You can go to uflysimulator.ca and make a booking or give us a call, and you can actually come fly. The reason it's not in motion is because if we were to make it a motion simulator, it would need to be certified by Transport Canada and FAA as well as CAE. And that would allow other pilots to actually come and get their full training here with the hydraulic system. However, if we do that, then the cost of the simulator would be much higher,
Oh, much higher.
and it wouldn't be allowed to be accessed by the public or aspiring students such as Abigail. So that's the reason we keep it this way, so that everybody can have an experience. With that said, we do still have pilots coming here for reoccurrence training, fear of flights, and other programs that you guys can check out on our website as well. And we do have pilots coming in that are once again practicing or going through the scenarios, the operating procedures, because everything in this aircraft is mimicking the real aircraft, other than the motion, of course.
So up here we have a little panel that allows us to check the weather. So it's actually on weather right now. Yours is on weather when you have the circles.
Mm-hmm.
We got terrain. So it's pretty flat. It's coming to the mountains. So when you get to the mountains, you'll see different colors. And so airplane is very smart. And then on this particular airplane, this model, the radar. Now I don't think we have that here. It's not. But on the real one, it has layers of weather, which is really neat because it tells you what's happening in each layer of the weather. It's a more advanced radar. Yeah. So, and then we got airports, and so airports that are surrounding us around here, so on. And then data is the data of the airports, more sophisticated and stuff like that.
Hello
so
to
it's pretty.
Saori on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. How far is Edmonton to Vancouver? People are guessing that it's 3 hours. So how long is this flight from gate to gate?
It's on the chart there. Yeah, 145
An
minutes.
hour
I believe.
40 minutes.
Hour 45
A little
minutes.
bit longer. Today's flight is definitely longer than some of our other flights that we've done. Usually we try and keep the hops anywhere between 40 to an hour. but we decided to give a little bit more of a longer experience today from Edmonton to Vancouver.
So you've been noticing, if you put it on your page there, put program, look at this, and you can see right there in the corner.
Okay.
All right. Because see how it says 96 and this is 79?
Yep.
Why is that? Can you tell me why? It's two different informations. What's this? What is this information?
How far we are from that point.
Right, correct.
And then this is
And that's from the top of descent.
top.
Perfect. You're,
So after
you're
the
paying
top
attention.
of
I was
descent,
just
the chart
see if
that
you were paying
Gabriel
attention.
actually has on his iPad is actually an approach plate, and that's for runway 08 right. And you can see the position where it shows the intercept, which is Bubul, and then from there we go to TAFP. Gabriel, if you want to, do you know how to show her how to step through the flight plan there on the nav display?
Oh yeah. Okay. So that you got map, which we are on now, and then we got PLN. All right. And then if we go a little closer, and then we go to legs, it'll give us all the legs here. Sometimes you can't see all of them because the radar is not that large. So we go in and out. So in this case, we could go in because now we're going to do a step. A step is waypoint per waypoint. And we do that usually on the ground before we take off. We want to make sure our flight plan is the way we want it, right? And then all you do is just put step, and it goes through the. Can you see that, Ryan? Yeah.
Yep.
And we go through the different waypoints, and it keeps on going. Okay, and this is our approach here already, and it goes right through, and it follows it. See, we're here, and then we'll follow it all the way down, and then you can get it a little closer. See that, and then it goes. Next one, we're gonna make the turn, and then the next waypoint, and then the runway's right here. So this area here will be on the final approach.
So the dotted lines is when we kind of
The dotted line, this dotted line is very important for us. Is when we're flying manually, mostly. Now the computer will know where the center line of the runway is. But if we fly manually, usually that's what you're going to do for a long time. Okay. This line here, and if you have a navigation system, this line is center of runway. Okay. Now the magenta line is over the dotted line, but the dotted line is underneath the magenta line. That way we can fly to the line. So if this is the line here, right, center of runway, that's the white line. So we'll fly to it, and then we'll join up with a white line way before the runway. Once you join up, then we can do our approach.
Okay.
It's not like a car. You turn the corner and you're in the next street, right?
Yeah.
No, we can't do that on an airplane. So that's what that white line is. Center of runway. Okay? Center line of runway, actually, if you want to. And right now, it's going to do the approach. It's going to come around and pick up the ILS, which is Instrument Landing Systems.
Okay.
All right? And it'll do all that. And then Claudio will tell you to take over. I believe so. I believe he's going to do that. Well, we'll see. To take over for you to land. Okay?
Okay.
It will do an auto land. It will continue until right down to the runway. This airplane.
But
Okay.
most pilots don't do that
But,
because you need a special
it's
certification
special-
for auto landing.
And it's also because of weather, winds.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of list of things that you cannot do auto landing unless it's in a specific conditions.
Yeah, there's actually protocols for pilots to have to take over the plane in some airline standard operating
Yeah.
procedure where they have to do the takeoff and the landing. Number one is to stay current. Number two, it's to
Good.
make sure you're ensuring you're keeping your technical flying skills up. And then, of course, it's to minimize the automation done for those critical points, right?
So
Okay.
an auto landing, it's mostly for fog. So
Yeah,
if
low
your
visibility.
visibility is less than 200 feet, then if you have permission and you're licensed, you have to be stamped for that. It's not something that you got license, I can do it. No. So it's more for zero visibility.
Okay.
That's but protocol usually is 200 feet. If you don't see the runway, get out of there. Usually that's the protocol there is. Okay, Claude, you ready to come back in?
Not for a long time.
AI, I would never trust AI.
It's not going to be for a long time. And the automation is to help the pilots, but it's not good enough to the point where it'll fly all by itself. Because
There is
if
a
something ever goes wrong and you don't have somebody that has the technical skill to take over, the plane is pretty much flying itself right now. So the point of the pilots is for monitoring and in case something goes wrong.
there is a system they're experimenting with, but they put it on small planes only. So let's say if the pilot is flying by himself, this is small planes, and they don't have it on the big planes because there's two pilots all the time, and there's lots of people back there or flight attendants, right? But if you're alone in an airplane, if you have a heart attack, and if you don't respond to a certain amount of time, the system will automatically take over. It will land that plane. Yeah, they have that. They're trying out that system. It takes a long time for them to 100%
Yeah, but once
it.
again, it's a fail-safe system, right?
Yeah, it's a
not,
fail system. It's not for
fail-safe.
landing.
And
It's not,
they have that in military drones and aircraft as well, of
Yeah.
course.
so it will land your plane for you. Or if you feel you're getting a heart attack or whatever, you have time to push the button, and then the airplane will take over. It actually finds the nearest airport and lands it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So they're still on tryouts, and you don't hear too much about it yet. But
All right, are we
yeah.
doing switcheroo?
All right, we're gonna switch.
I'm gonna go to outside view here, and then. you
Okay,
guys
we're
can swap.
we're almost. Let me put it back.
For those of you on
let me put it
TikTok,
back
you get
to,
to see the whole swap. Unless I cover it.
Okay, so we're approaching the top of descent, and I'll hand it over to Claudio. All right, guys, we'll see you in another day.
Captain, I'm back. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing extremely well. Did you miss me? No, I know. You can lie to me. It's okay. Now, by the way, I was there already 15 minutes ago,
Yeah, I
just
saw.
waiting for Gabriel's explanation, okay? I didn't take that long, guys. I was here earlier.
No, I was
And yes,
counting it.
I did wash my hands. I even got some peanuts from first class,
Wow.
and I gave it to Michelle some as well.
Where's mine?
Delicious, delicious.
Where's mine?
Oh, boy. Sorry, Captain.
Oh.
We ate it all. It was just a little bit.
Okay.
So the owner of this plane didn't want to give much. So here we are, flying.
Yep.
We can see our next waypoint is called Merit.
Yep.
Which is 20.2 nautical miles. And right after that, you see TD,
Yes.
which Gabriel explained to you is top of descent.
Yep.
Okay? So that's when we decide to descend.
Yes.
Right now, we are getting a bit of crosswind at 272 degrees at 25 knots, which is strong wind.
I felt it.
Okay? So basically, the winds are pushing us. And that could be very well the streamline, not the streamline, the jet stream that we have in Canada. Okay?
Okay.
So strong winds, it's pushing us to the left. The computer is coordinating to keep the plane en route, which we are right here. Now, if you go here on this knob and turn once to the left. Now, let me show you something particular about the 777. So you see a number here, 34,000.
Yes.
You see a number here,
Yep.
220.
Yep.
What is the number here? The
No
cat,
number.
the cat ate it? What happened? It's not showing. The cat ate it? What happened to the number?
I don't know.
So now, click the button there. Just one click. Look at that. You open the window.
Great.
Click it again. You close the window. There you go.
Yep.
Click it again. 0.82. What is that?
0.82. Mark?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Mm.
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
So, and you can see here as well, 0.820.
Yep.
Okay. That's speed of sound. So, so once you click VNav, which is vertical navigation,
Mm-hmm.
now that button is telling the autopilot to follow the script we have.
Okay.
And for that reason, all the points has the speeds already. So what they did is they understand that we don't need that information. That's why it's closed. Now, if we do need to change it, that's the beauty of Boeing. You can actually open the window and you can change the speed manually.
Oh.
Okay? You can override the programming. Something happens, you can override. Boeing
Okay.
is pretty good on that. All right, so we are now starting our descent very shortly. Okay? And what altitude are we going to go? So click it over here on legs. And I'll do here in the back as well. So the next waypoint will be Booth. And what flight level going to be?
23,100.
Go for it. Now 23,100, right? So now we are on 1,000. Now
Oh,
we're back in hundreds.
okay.
We have the two options. Now turn this knob here once to the left. Good. One more time. You just zooming in. You see
Yeah.
the top of the sand? As soon as we pass this, our window will open here.
Okay.
And we're going to get the same explanation from Ryan as we did last time. Okay? Here we go. See, not yet. See the window open it?
Yep.
So now the plane is already bringing the throttles to idle. And we already told the altitude we want to go. And now the computer is following the programming. So we start our descent. Now a little window opens here for the speed, which gives you the max and the minimum. So now the computer is handling the speed that we had. You see, it already
Yep.
changed from Mach
Yeah.
to nautical miles. And that window here open it. Okay? RNP and ANP. And that's because I'm learning as well. I'm going to make Ryan to say it again so we can remember. Right, Ryan? RNP and ANP. Those two here. And Ryan going to explain to us again because I'm learning too.
Okay. First things first, you didn't ask for permission to descend, but
Um,
Oh.
sorry, you're right. Yes, Charlie Tango 02. Permission to descend, please. Sorry, we're delayed.
Charlie Tango 2, you're clear to descend flight level 231
231,
towards booth. Yes.
23-1. Okay.
Okay, so RNP and ANP is actually your expected performance versus what is the required performance. So those numbers you see there are actually a ratio between what you want and what is required. So similar to what you have as a glide path, that you can see that he pointed out to you, that diamond there, it's showing you that you're right in the middle, right on that diamond. So you're actually descending at the rate that you would want. So let me give you the formal definition. I don't think it'll help too much, but RNP versus ANP, correct? So
Yes.
let's
Yes.
So, the formal definition, ANP stands for actual navigation performance, and RNP stands for the accuracy required for a block of airspace for an instrument procedure. So, once again, you're basically comparing the two, right? Because you have one that's actual performance and you have one that's required accuracy. So, you want to make sure you're adhering to both, which is why the diamond is currently in the middle. If for
Right
whatever
there.
reason, you needed to be at a certain altitude or a certain speed and you weren't, right, and your actual performance wasn't matching the required navigation performance, then that diamond would not be there, right? So you'd be off. And usually if you're off, either you have some sort of issues with your instrumentation, but most of the time you're off and the air traffic controller will get angry at you, just like I did to Claudio saying he didn't ask for permission. So everything you do in the air gets tracked, and it's actually very useful in air crash investigations. They call it a black box recorder. And the aircraft has two backup recorders, and every switch and every instrument you touch in the aircraft, anything you do gets recorded into that box along with your communication. So if for whatever unforeseen reason you do go into a crash or an emergency goes down, the FAA and the transport systems around the world will actually investigate you, as well as the police, the bureau. They'll investigate those boxes and make sure that the pilots followed all of those procedures all the way to the T, right? And that's
Okay.
why you have checklists, and you got to be very thorough and precise. You don't have time for mistakes, and you don't have the liberty to make an accident, right? That's why we train so much. So that's what it's for. But again, most of the time, if you're deviating from what is asked of you on the flight plan or the required rules, the air traffic controller will yell at you pretty quickly. Otherwise, you'll be getting a fine from your airline and probably losing your license anyway. So
Okay.
it's very important to follow the procedure.
Charlie Tango 02 requesting descent to flight level 210.
Cleared for flight level 210 to your next waypoint.
So see, that's the next waypoint, and you can see in a different color that shows you. So select 21,000.
So we have Sophia Donaldson says
21.
you go girl in the chat.
Yes.
Is that, I'm guessing that's family?
Yeah, that's my mom.
There you go.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Mom is here. Hello, Mom.
I'm.
Hi, Mom. Mom, she's doing very good job, okay? Excellent job. She flies the autopilot like nobody else. All right, we approaching Vancouver. I can see some valleys with some little lakes or little lakes. And that's Vancouver Bay. And if I'm not mistaken, I would say that this is Stanley Island, Stanley Park,
Stony?
Stanley,
Oh,
Stanley. Yeah, potato. I know. I know. Stanley. Yeah, it's right somewhere in there actually. Stanley Park. Oh, too much. So, go here in this knob, turn once to the right. Good. All right, we're good. We just zoom out a little bit more.
Yep.
All right. So, Charlie Tango 02 requesting descent to 10,000 feet.
Yeah. On.
Charlie
Charlie.
Tango.
Charlie 2, you're cleared for 2,000.
I gotta drink some water here. 2,000.
Oh.
2,000 already. I say 10,000.
Oh, correct. 10,000. Sorry.
Okay, 10,000. Okay. Here we go again.
Oh.
Good. All right, Captain. So let's go for the descending checklist, okay? Seatbelt signs. We never turn it off. Poor guys cannot go to the washroom like I did.
Oh.
Back on. altimeters. We still have the altimeters on standard. Very shortly at 18,000.
Yep.
We're going to click it here, and we go back to the barometer pressure manually, okay? Reference speed. What is reference speed?
That is.
Our landing speed, okay? We're going to click it over here. Using flaps 30, what's going to be a landing speed? 134.
Yeah, 134.
Click on it. Set as your VREF speed. There you go. Now I have it here, and you have it there. Standard, come in yellow, press it here. That's the barometer pressure, 2990. That's all using. And we have it all. Okay. Auto brakes. We're going to have the auto brakes into 3. Okay. Minimums. Minimums are going to be 400 feet. So I'm going to select 400 here on my radio. And you're going to do the same on yours. Turn here this knob. Minimums. Look it over here into radio. And put it 400. Minimums are decision height. Okay?
Decision height?
Yeah, that's when we decide if we leave landing or not.
Yep.
All right. Arrival briefing. My captain, in case of misapproach, we will fly direct to YVR, which is just on the right side of the runway, and we're going to climb to 2,000 feet, and we're going to wait for instructions, okay?
Okay.
In case of misapproach. And the send checklist is complete. Go back here into the page. We're now flying to Muse. And one more. Muse, we are at 10,000 feet, which is perfect. So you can see that we come into the circuit. You see the white dotted line? That's what Gabriel explained to you. Being the runway center line, okay? Now we're gonna make all the way to Muse, which is about 9 nautical miles. Then we're gonna go to Barca, Aplex, and the next one is Funo. Now, of course, we're gonna tell our passengers to
Gentlemen, at this time, I report that you start your electronic devices officially are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking material. In time of operation, please make sure your seat backs are straight up. Your tray tables are stowed in any tray items that you may have on board with you. It's underneath the seat front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendant will be back to the cabin on laptop, digital file compliance check. We'll accept the remaining custom glasses.
With your pen.
It's good.
All right, guys. So we'll quickly show you the iPad screen here. You can see the aircraft position, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna that blue line you see on the screen there is actually the direct path. However, we're not following that direct path. We're gonna be making a little bit of a right turn very soon, and they're actually gonna fly. Oops. Where's the drawing?
That's Vancouver right here. That's
Sorry.
Stanley Park.
So on the screen there, you'll see the aircraft position.
And that's
coming
our
in.
airport right
And we're
there.
gonna make
See?
a right turn,
Great.
and we're gonna actually catch this waypoint right here, which is Booble, and that's gonna be the interception point. So you can see that blue, the lighter blue line is gonna be similar to what we're gonna fly. It's not exactly what we're flying, and we're going a little bit closer to the runway. So we're actually flying almost parallel to the runways, and we're gonna go make a left turn, and that's
That's
gonna
the
be called our
airport.
base, and then we're gonna make another left turn towards our final, which is gonna be towards 083. So that's gonna be towards Booble. So that's what they're flying now, and we're flying currently parallel to runway 26 right. Yeah, why isn't your pen working though?
See? That's Vancouver.
Yep.
That's Stanley Park, Stanley Island, and Stanley Park. And that's the airport. So our runway is 08 right. See? That's why we're flying parallel to it. That's where we're going. All right. Charlie Charlie Tango 02 request descent to 3,000 feet.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02, you are cleared to descend to 3,000 feet.
Select 3,000.
Ibrahim on YouTube, this application for the iPad is called Flight Plan Go, and we use it to track the aircraft as well as open up charts. So if
I
we
click it, right?
show you a little bit more, you can actually
Perfect.
see this is our flight plan for all the way from
And we're going to
right
slow
over
down
here, which is Edmonton.
to 250.
And you can actually put the approach plate on. But the other things you can do is, of course, change the layers. You can change the routes. You can go and check your aircraft
going.
charts. So if we go to airports, that's what we're flying now. But if, for example, you wanted to take a look, you can look at all the chart information, of course. So you can check it out.
10 minutes.
ForeFlight is good. Flight Plan Go is good. What's the other one? FD Pro by Jeppesen is also another common one. I think that's probably the most common one.
Okay. We are slowing down at just below 10,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you store any electronic devices
Okay.
until you're in a safety park to attend, as use of such devices could interfere with
Charlie
electronic
Charlie
communication
Tango
on board the
02
aircraft.
request to reduce speed to 200 knots.
Please ensure your seat
Charlie
belts
Charlie
are
Tango
securely
02, you're
fastened,
cleared to
your
reduce
seat
speed
backs are
to
in
200
the upright
knots.
position, and your tray tables are stowed. Any hand luggage should be underneath the seat in front of you or placed in the overhead locker. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to complete their final compliance check and to collect any remaining caps or glasses.
Navigraph? Yes, we do use Navigraph to update our AirX cycles, indeed. Navigraph is also partnered with SimBrief, which we use for our flight planning. Great tools for sure. So we're pretty much coming into our final approach here. We're actually flying what we call the crosswind leg. We're going to make a left turn on base, and then we're going to make another left turn after as we get to Booble for our final. So they're configuring the aircraft currently for this approach.
Right. So approach checklist. Radio and courses are indicating set. Altimeters is set. 2990,
Yep.
2990, 2990. Alert the crew for landing. Maps and charts corrected, confirm, and that's what Gabriel and Ryan was showing to the viewers.
Yes, we have that on the left side of the screen currently as well. Once again, for people on TikTok, unfortunately, you are not able to see the full production, but if you were interested, you can go on our YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, even Instagram, but Instagram,
Turn
again,
once to
has
the
a little
left.
bit more limited view. But Twitch and YouTube are definitely the best options for that full production. So if you guys want to go give us a follow on there, it'd be very helpful to us, and you'd be able to see and hear a lot more for the production.
Okay, we're gonna add flaps one, call flaps one.
Flaps one.
There you go. And you can see number one in green just pops up.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna stay at 200 until the ATC reduce our speeds more, okay?
Okay.
For now, we are descending to 3,000 feet.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02, reduce speed 180.
There you go. Charlie Charlie Tango 02, reduce speed to 180. And
Charlie
call
Tango
flaps 5.
02, you are clear to intercept localizer at Booble. You can make a left turn heading let's say, actually you can go 180.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02, intercept ILS on Booble, runway 08 right, heading 180, Charlie Charlie Tango 202, heavy.
Not 202, 02.
02.
There we go. Charlie Charlie Tango 02.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02, heavy.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna slow down a little bit here. We're gonna use the speed brake. We gain some speed. And as you can see, I'm holding the brakes on it. Good.
So Abigail, if you look forward on that navigation display there, you see that green arc near
Yep.
Booble.
Yep.
So that's a good indicator because you need to be at 3,000 at Booble. So that arc is telling you where you're going to end up at that altitude. And that's
Okay.
really important because to intercept the localizer and have a good glide path, you need to be at a certain altitude.
Okay.
And you can see that Claudio put the vertical speed on that dashboard. It's minus 2,300. So you're descending at a rate of 2,300 feet per minute right now, which is
Okay.
why he actually has to give speed brakes because you're pitching the nose down quite a bit to be able to get to that altitude. Once you level off at 3,000 though, you'll see that the speed will shave off very quickly.
Okay.
David Johnson from YouTube says landing makes me nervous. It makes the pilots nervous too, but we gotta keep a poker face and make sure that we're confident in our ability. Of course, landing and takeoff and taxiing is definitely the more dangerous parts of the flight.
All right. Activate the auto approach. Go for it. Auto approach. Right here.
Oh.
See, we're now at 3,000. See how we're losing speed fast?
Yes.
And that's good enough. There you go. Localizer is alive. You can see now the numbers changed on the heading select. That's because the auto approach is picking up the signal from the runway beacon and is telling the autopilot where to go. So
Okay.
your localizer is translated into that little diamond in the bottom, and left and right. That's what it will do. The next one who just came to join the party is the glide slope, up and down. So localize alive, glide slope alive. Now, they will be telling us to slow down. So we have to wait for them to ask us to slow down.
Charlie Tango 02, you are cleared for final approach speed. Clear to land runway 08 right. You are number 2 in sequence behind company Airbus.
Okay, company Airbus second on sequence. Charlie 0 Tango Tango. Charlie Tango 02 heavy. Slow down to 150. Yeah.
Hey, he wanted Claudio Texera.
Yeah, I know.
he wanted it.
I know.
That's not him.
All right.
Action Jacks, this is a ILS approach. ILS.
ILS approach. There you go. So, Captain, put the landing gear down. Put your hand over here. Pull and down. Nice and easy. Go
Over
for
there?
it. Yes. Pull and down. You got it. Let me show the outside.
Charlie Tango 02, confirm altimeter 299er2.
Okay, 2992. Okay, confirm 2992 right there. Select it. Right here. Turn the knob. Turn the knob. The other way. Right, turn right. 92, right there. Look at that. Okay, barrel 2992, Charlie Tango 02. Heavy. Okay, slow down for final speed, 134 plus 5. And call flaps 30. 134 plus 5. Plus 5. Safety. 136. Keep going. And 134 plus 5. Sorry. 139. And call flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30 set. Let's go for the landing checklist, my captain. Okay, we have gear down in green. We have the speed brake armed. Auto brake is on 3. We're now waiting for the flaps to be 30 in green. We have the minimum set. Landing lights on, please. 1, 2, 3. Runway lights on. 1, 2.
Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Landing checklist is complete. With flaps 30 in green. We're now clear to land, as the tower already cleared us to land. Okay. Now here's the beauty. See the runway over there?
Yep.
Now we're gonna land manually.
Okay.
Okay. Hands on deck.
Yep.
Both hands on the controls. With your left thumb, you're gonna disengage the autopilot. Press it. Press it again. And what should you tell me? I.
I control.
Say it again.
I am in control.
You got it. That's protocol. Some airlines would say differently. My flight, my controls, my plane. I have control, but you know all that, okay? Okay.
Clear of conflict.
There's a plane flying above us.
Yep.
And that's Vancouver right there. He's above us and he's clear. See? There he is. 1,500 feet above us. Oh, you're doing pretty good,
Charlie
Captain.
Charlie Tango 02. This is approach. Make sure you vacate runway on Delta 3 or Delta 5 as you have company aircraft 1 nautical mile behind you on final.
Charlie Tango Tango
02, my friend.
Approaching
02.
right.
Heavy, clear runway on Delta 5 or Delta 3, and clear. And bye. And I like you, and you don't like me, and I need some water, and I'm distracting my captain.
Please.
Sorry. Right there. That's perfect. See? That's perfect. So you need to go a little bit to your right. Good. And straight it again. Good. See? Pappy lights.
Yep.
2 whites to red.
Yep.
That's perfect. A little bit to your left. There you go. Small adjustment. And straight the wings again. Perfect, Captain. Straight the wings. So bring the nose up a little bit. Pull back a little bit more. Let's flare. Throttles to idle. Let's butter the bread. Put your hand over here. Pull up the reverse thrust. Nice and easy. Pull up and hold. Nose down. Use your feet only. Left foot a little. Not too much. Perfect. 80. Now go on the brakes. Tip your toes.
Manual braking.
You got it. All the way.
Approaching 3.
And Delta
0.
3 exit. So now hold in the lever. Nice and easy. Down. And click.
Click.
Good. Now let it go the brakes. Left hand on the tiller. Tiller. Use your exit.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02, vacate runway on Delta 3, left on Delta, then hotel to apron.
Charlie Tango Tango 02. Delta 3 to Delta and ramp on Rapin. And that's
Negative
again.
Charlie Charlie Tango 02. Delta 3, left on Delta, then hotel, then apron.
Left.
No,
Yes.
that's Delta 1.
So go ahead and make a left.
Isn't Delta 3 there?
No, this might not be an updated chart, that's why. That's fine.
Go here a little bit. Echo. Delta 1, Echo. Okay. Keep going here still. Don't turn yet.
Okay.
You guys can dock where you see the airplanes ahead instead, it's closer.
Right here. Remember, we are the VIP, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not going to the regular gate. Okay? This guy is very rich, doesn't go to the regular gate. So turn left, stay in the center line. All right? Flaps up, auto brakes off position, strobe lights off, runway lights off, landing lights off. Keep your hands on the tiller all the time. After landing checklist is complete, we're going to park right here, okay?
Right in there.
Yes. Turn right. Turn right all the way. Turn all the way. There you go. Don't use the brakes. Don't use your feet.
Nope.
Okay. So now that's where we're going. Turn left. Perfect. Not too much. That's where we're going. So they're going to bring the limo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. This guy's the whole 9 yards. Limo. A little bit left. There you go. Straight. Perfect. Use the brakes in your feet. Tip your toes. Nice and easy. That's perfect. Okay. Taxi lights is off.
Someone's asking what's our gate number. We're at the VIP Sky Charter gates.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Amazing job,
So,
Abigail.
let her go the brakes. Set the parking brake. Very good. Captain.
Okay.
So we're now waiting for the speed brake to be on. Parking brake is on. We're going to wait for the APU to be on and running so we can shut down the engines, okay?
Okay.
Now, they have secured the plane. We just wait for them to put the sharks into the tires. So, okay, as soon as the APU is running, we can shut down the engines.
A lot of people saying great landing, amazing landing. Wow.
Very good.
Thank
Very good.
you. Thank
Very
you. Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. She actually did excellent.
Kristen Johnson's asking, is this a turnaround flight? No, this is our final destination. It's a VIP flight straight into Vancouver, more like Vancouver. But we have no rain right now, so we're lucky. But we're gonna be staying in Vancouver until next Friday, where we'll decide where we're gonna go next. And in between then, we'll have a couple of turnaround flights.
So should we do a flight continue from Vancouver to somewhere else?
We
Next
could,
Friday?
or we can start elsewhere because in between we'll have flights taking the plane from Vancouver to somewhere else. So wherever we like. If you guys have any recommendations in the chat, feel free to let us know where you'd like us to fly, and we'll try and accommodate that for you on the
Yeah.
next couple of streams. So if you guys have any awesome places you think
If
we
you're
should
running,
go and fly,
Yep.
let
And
us know.
shut down left engine, lift, flick it down.
We have people saying let's go again tonight.
Lift
It would be
and
fun.
down.
Would
Up
be fun.
and down. Next one, up and down.
Ooh, that's a good one. We have Tokyo.
Okay, arigato.
Tokyo's
Sayonara.
awesome.
Right
So
on.
we would love
Okay.
to keep going for you guys, but unfortunately it is 10 p.m. and
Beacon,
we do have to
nav,
let Michelle and Abigail
logo,
go home.
wing lights off. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have another one.
Anti-ice off. 1, 2, 3.
Philadelphia. It's another good one as well.
Okay. Fuel pumps on. One off. 1, 2. Those two are off already, so another 2. Hydraulic pumps. C1, C2 valves off. Okay. Right electric off. Right engine off. Left electric off. Left engine off. And poor passengers. Seatbelt signs off. And you can open the door behind us here. Right here. Unlock the door.
Doors to manual and cross-check.
Now they have already secured the plane, so shocks are there. And they tell us to release the parking brake. And my good captain, pleasure flying with you. You did very good.
Thank you.
Excellent job. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learned something as well. Guys from TikTok and guys from all the other platforms, when you guys have a chance, please try to join us on UFLY Simulator USA. We're trying to get 10,000 followers. Then we'll be able to do the live stream on TikTok as well. Right now, we can only do on the phone. We're not allowed to do on the computers. All the other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube, we can do in all the computers. And we have different cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4 different cameras. On the TikTok on the phone, our guys can only see what we have there on the phone. We tried to put the phone here. It didn't work really well. We put it back in the air, so you guys don't see much of it. So try to join us on UFLY Simulator USA. Let's go the number for 10,000 followers. Then we can stream live on the computer as well. There'll be a much better quality for everybody. But if you guys want to watch us some videos on YouTube channel, and this whole flight will be also put in there in a couple of days from now. You guys can review this video, can rewatch it again, and if you have some questions, please ask us. Guys, thank you very much for watching. From the bottom of our hearts, it's Friday evening here in Canada. We are going to have some late dinner, and I know my wife has already been calling me, when you coming home? Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching us. Thank you, Michelle, from Youth Taking Flight. Thank you, Captain Abdel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Ryan, everybody. And I hope you guys enjoy. And we'll see you again next Friday evening. Take
Alright,
care.
guys, so
Bye for
we're
now.
going to end the stream with a fun video that we edited last week, which is a landing challenge in San Diego between me and Claudio. Fun video for you guys to check it out. And once again, we also have the subscription on our regular channel, which we're streaming on TikTok. And of course, if you want to subscribe to us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, what am I missing? That's pretty much it. Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. For
And
those,
YouTube.
you can give us a follow, of course. And then on TikTok, we have subscriptions. We're going to be doing a giveaway for a flight experience hopefully soon. Keep tuned for that. And if you guys want to help us out on UFLY Simulator USA, that'd be great. And a shout out to Youth Taking Flight. Their youthtakingflight.com is their website if you want to become a student, aspiring pilot within their program. And what's their Instagram? YTF Programs. There you go. Their Instagram is YTF Programs. So we have David Johnson saying, great pilot this week. There you go, Abigail. You're getting some
Thank
compliments
you.
there.
Yeah, right on,
Thank you.
Abigail.
You have,
Excellent.
You have Sophia
Cool.
says, "Good job, baby girl." I'm guessing that's your mother.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mother is always a mother, right?
And we have a bunch of recommendations. Chrissy, I'll quickly let you know we are flying on P30 as our simulator platform. What else? People are saying Africa. Batonia. I don't know where Batonia is. We can check that out. Ivory
Batonia.
Coast. Ivory Coast is another beautiful place for sure.
Okay.
Australia, Jamaica, whole bunch of recommendations. We'll definitely see if we can get some flights there for the next couple weeks, guys. Okay, so thank you so much. We also have Jasper from Facebook saying Winnipeg. There you go. Last shout out there to you, Jasper. We're going to end the stream now. I know you guys have a bunch of questions, but we got to get home. It's 10 p.m. for us. So we'll be back next Friday evening, and keep tuned for full live air traffic videos as well as streams, hopefully on Mondays, as Claudio gets a little bit less busy here. Very busy time for him with family, so as soon as he's free, we'll be doing a lot of those air traffic flights with you guys. All right, guys, take care and enjoy the San Diego landing. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys, welcome back to a challenge video, another fun video we have for you guys today. I'm with the Bassman again, Mr. Claudio, and he's gonna put us at an unknown airport, which I haven't landed before, and I'm also a little bit rusty, and he's pretty much the butter in the bread master. So we're gonna do a landing challenge today, and we're gonna see who can land the plane better.
All right, so we are in San Diego International Airport. San Diego is going to be downtown, is going to be on the left-hand side. Now, I'm just going to unpause the sim, and I guess I go first, right?
Yeah.
All right, landing gear down, flaps 20. I'm just going to reduce our speed. That is not working too good. I'm too high.
He's making it harder for himself. I like it. That's good for me.
All right. Gonna have to use a speed brake. That's downtown San Diego. I'm trying to add one more flaps. I'm descending too much. I still see the PAPI lights too high. Look at that, that's cool. 1,000 feet. Put in the last flaps for our speed.
Oh yeah, he's adjusting on the fly. Look at those buildings, guys.
Cool, huh? 500. All right, 500. We are now approaching the minimums. Plane is now stable, 2 and 2. 300. Okay, continue. 100.
Here we go.
Butter, butter, butter. Into the bread.
Not bad, not bad.
Into the bread. Bradovsky. All right. Reverse thrust wing. And I had a malfunction on the auto throttle arm. I had to do manually on the speed, okay?
09.
All right. So what do you guys think? First attempt?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah, of course he has to say that. It was perfecto. Perfecto.
You haven't seen perfect yet.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching my video. Now make the comment if you like my landing, and let's see the next one. All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm now in the seat. It's been a minute. I see the runway ahead of me, and he's been nice enough to give me a little bit easier of a setup. So let's see how we do. We're gonna unpause and we're gonna go.
No, roll. All right, my friends. Now that you guys seen how to land the plane properly, now you're gonna see how not to land as good.
How not to land.
Now, at least the auto throttle arm is being fixed for you, okay?
Is it? The speed's going up. Uh-oh. All right, so auto throttle off.
Okay.
We're getting a little high now, so we're gonna bring the flaps down to 20.
Okay, I see the plane dancing a little bit. Okay, dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain.
Let's put the gear
Resetting
down.
the landing gear down. You're just gonna watch your speed, okay?
Yeah.
You're not gonna engage because the auto throttle arm is disconnected.
Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna go manual.
That's what I did it. Watch your speed.
Low.
Okay, now we're dancing. Oh my, oh my God.
Here we go.
Okay. Repeat
Let's
after
see.
me. Dear Lord, it was very nice being here on Earth. But,
No, we're gonna recover. We're gonna recover.
right,
It's okay.
what,
Look, the
what,
pappy lights
what,
are
what,
back.
what?
They're back.
Oh my God.
7,
Okay, no,
We're
he's
gonna
doing
recover.
good.
We're gonna recover.
Downtown's on the left. He's doing good. Okay, descending too fast. Okay, flaps are not 30 yet. Okay, dancing and dancing. You're doing good. A little bit offset, but that's okay. No more pro. Oh yeah, okay. That's watch. Doing good.
It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
of course it has to say it's okay. Let's see. It's actually one below. I was one above. So pretty good. Now same as I was. One below as well. That's good. One below is the pappy lights. Guys, we're looking outside those white and red lights beside the runway.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
All right. Little kick. A little kick. It wasn't the butter. It was just the spray, then you buttered it. That's good. Good landing. Good landing.
Good recovery, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
First one was bad.
Started off pretty bad.
Yeah, no, this is good. Hey guys, I want you guys to let us know which landing was best. And of course, we all know the answer, but that's all right.
It's
Take your
because I don't have
chances.
my uniform, guys.
Yeah,
it's the
all right,
uniform.
It's all right. It's the uniform.
It's the uniform.
It's the uniform. Very good. Thank you very much for watching us.
All right, take care, guys.